Just walking along today on day 9 and came across this. We're now in North Carolina. Whee! Okay, we made it to the border. We made it to Bly Gap. I'm gonna try and shield the microphone because it's kind of windy here. And then the climb out of Bly Gap. I'm sorry, nobody ever said that was a beast. That's a beast.
Stairway to heaven. That's what I called it.
Oh my gosh, that was a. Yes, go. Okay, today is a recap of day 9. We are at 89 miles on the Appalachian Trail. So that's pretty good. That's about 8 miles. That's 10 miles a day.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. We are at Standing Indian Shelter. And the sun is shining, which is great. However, the wind chill is so cold that we are freezing. So it is cold. Blessed that there is sun though, because we're sitting, our legs are in the sun and trying to stay warm. We started at Plum Orchard today, and we crossed the North Carolina border, went up through Bly Gap. I've already recapped on that mountain and how I feel about that mountain after Bly Gap. And then it was pretty easy going. Like the trail was really nice after that. Mm-hmm. We did have some boulder fields, but then we got here. It was 12.2 miles. It was pretty easy. We stopped for lunch at Muskrat Shelter and ate our lunch there. And other than the little bit of boulder fields right before this, it was a pretty easy day. It was a pretty easy day. Hoping to stay warm tonight. There's some survivalists that are out on the trail that had bags of stuff, and they've been leaving the stuff along the way. And in one of the Goodwill bags was a tarp. So we're gonna put the tarp on the floor of the shelter so the wind doesn't come up and get us cold. So hopefully that will help. So then we can get up early. Tomorrow is a chance of rain, so we're gonna see how far we can get. We may push it 16 miles to get to a shelter. So then we can get into Franklin on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
We need to hit the Outfitters. We need a resupply. Mm-hmm. It's even a day longer than what we had planned on resupplying at. And kind of figure out my knee. So that's where we're at. Everything?
What's your favorite thing today?
The view. Oh my gosh, we came around. I don't even know what mountain was. We came around this mountain, and the view we had was incredible.
Oh yeah, we could see like five
little mountain ranges. And you could see like these blue mountains in the background, and it was just different colors of green, and it was really pretty. It was super, super pretty. It will be in the video for today. I'll throw that in. But yeah, that's probably my favorite thing today.
I liked how all of the forget-me-nots, there were so many forget-me-nots, and in very, very beautiful settings. So I took quite a few pictures of forget-me-nots.
Yeah, we'll have some in there as well. There'll be forget-me-not pictures in there as well. So yeah, that's a good one too.
Those were my favorite things today.
That was good.
I love the fact that the sun is shining.
Yes.
Sitting here out of the wind, but in the sun, I'm just getting nice and toasty warm.
Yes. I think tonight's going to be a cook dinner a little early, set up bed, and just hunker down in the beds. We make clay cards in the sleeping bags.
We might.
Because it's a long time till, we try and stay up till about 8, 9 o'clock, because then you're just up early. And I'm up early lately anyway.
And it's only 5 o'clock right now.
And it's only 5 o'clock right now, so we have a long 3-4 hours. So, people that were in our site yesterday might be coming today. So
we're hoping to see Magellan and
Speed Racer,
and Roxy the dog.
Roxy the dog. Yeah, we like them. They're great people from southern Georgia. So anyway, that's our recap. Coming down Standing Indian. It's snowing. It's May and it's snowing. All right, here I am at the not quite 100 miles, but it's great to have this as a celebration here at the top of Albert Mountain Fire Tower. So I'm gonna go climb the steps, take my pack off, climb the steps and see if I can get up if it's unlocked. If it isn't, then I'll just take a view from all around. So pretty cool. See you up there. So the stairs to the very top of the fire tower is locked. Right up there. So, but these are the views from one level down of the fire tower. Woo, the wind's coming up. The wind is coming up. And there it is. Hull 360 views. Wow. Albert Mountain Fire Tower. 100 miles. Check. Okay, today is day 10. In today's recap, we started at Standing Indian Shelter, which was super, super cold. We did have Speed Racer and Magellan show up with Roxy, and then another lady and her dog Jasmine, and they were just out for a weekend hike, and another gentleman who was from St. Augustine, Florida, who was out on a hike by himself as well. So it got really chilly, and we found a tarp, and we slept in between the tarp, and which was good, but then the condensation would stay inside, and so the sleeping bags got a little wet. I slept well. I kept myself pretty covered, and I did. I slept well, and I was warm. We got up for an early start. We had about 16.2 miles today. So we had an early start. When we do that, we just have a cold breakfast, so grabbed a bar, and we left trying to be really quiet. And it was, with the wind chill factor, it had to been down in the teens. It was so cold. We were bundled up the best we could. We didn't bring gloves because it's May. Why would you need gloves in May? I mean, really. So we had gloves. We didn't have gloves, so we put our sleeves over our hands, over our hiking sticks. And we took off over Standing Indian Mountain, which wasn't bad. It was a decent hike up there. And most of the day was skirting the mountainside and just easy trail. Really easy trail. We clicked off miles really fast. The next stop that the major thing that we did was Albert Mountain, the 100-mile mark. So we've hit 100 miles, which is great. I'm not sure what mile we're sitting at right now. A little bit more than that, probably about 102.8 or something like that. But so the northbound side going up Albert Mountain is steep. It is a rock scramble. It is stairs and then rock scramble and then stairs and then rock scramble. And you got to find the right path for you, and it's hard. But getting to the top was a lot of fun. Got to see the views. This year it's crazy because there's nobody up there. We had it all to ourselves. So yeah, you probably saw the video of that. So, and then we came down and easy trail again. So we are at, I never remember the place we're at. Not standing, broken. I have no idea what shelter we're at. Anyway, it's a nice one. It's one of the newer shelters. It's a 2-tier. It's a nice shelter with a good privy. It's on a hillside, so the tent sites are kind of sketchy, and they're not big enough for 2 tents. We were going to be in a tent tonight, in our tents, but it might rain in between 3 and 9 a.m., and the tent sites were too small, and we tend to stay a little bit warmer in the tent. So, but we're here in the shelter, and it's got a great view out, and the birds are, I wish the birds would go all night long. I love the sound of the birds. So we got into camp before 6. Our goal was 6. I'm sure we got here at like 5:30. We were kind of hauling along. We were moving. Yeah, between my 2 knees, the blisters, and Nancy thinks she pulled a hammy. Tomorrow we'll be in Franklin, and we'll be in beds, and it will be warm, and showers, and clean clothes, and we'll probably take a 0 and just recoup and get feeling better. So that's where we're at, 100 miles. This is our first break that we're gonna have for tomorrow. We'll be at 109 something tomorrow. So we really don't have a lot of miles, maybe about 7 miles to get in, 7.2 to get in to Winding Stair Gap. But yeah, next click off our list. I'm super excited. We're doing great. We're doing really good. And the trail helped. The terrain it was just rollers today and just smooth. We had very few rock scrambles. It just made the miles just go really quickly. But by the time we got in, our feet were sore. We were ready to be off the trail, that's for sure. And we're definitely ready for a resupply. I'm tired of potatoes and tuna fish. I can't stomach another thing of potatoes right now. I just can't, which I'm not a potato person anyway. So yeah, I'm ready for some different food options. And the sun's going down, my light's going away. So anyway, the recap for day 10. We are in between Rock Gap and Winding Stair Gap. Gonna meet a shuttle there, but it's so pretty. And the trail is really nice and calm and easygoing. So yeah, super pretty. Alrighty, so it is day 11. It is the recap for today. So we hiked in, I think it was 8-3. Wasn't it 8-3? 7-2. Anyway, it was either 8-3 or 7-2. We hiked in from Long Branch Shelter. I cannot remember it. You'll remember that from the recap of the last one. I don't remember Long Branch Shelter. I'm having a hard time remembering that one. It was a good shelter. It stayed warm. The privy was good. Nobody showed up. It was just the 2 of us. So, but it was really good. We had a nice hike out today. We needed to get to the shuttle stop at Whiting Stair Gap about by 12:30. is what I told Zen, that we'd be there. When we got to Rock Gap, I texted him and let him know where we were at. So that gave him a better idea of how long we would be. Went out hiking today, had a little bit of knee pain. It was bothering me. Then the right knee, which started yesterday, started acting up again. Every morning in the mid-morning snack, we usually have a snack between 10 and 11 o'clock. And I usually have like an RX bar or beef jerky, but then I get some mayo, the caffeine and vitamin B, and I put that into my Gatorade bottle, and I usually have half of a Gatorade bottle. I use the other half for lunch, and that caffeine jolt just kicks in, and then my Aleve that I take 2 in the morning, that's like all of a sudden, hey, what happened to the knee pain? It really helps. I don't know why, but the caffeine helps, and on top of the Aleve. So we kicked into gear after that. We're down to low food, and I didn't have an RX bar or jerky. So today's was a Snickers that I had carried in for my day 3 treat, and it was day 11. So it was a good Snickers. I'd carried it 100 miles. So ate that, and we took off from Rock Gap and got to Winding Star Gap just before, it was like 12:10, because we did pretty good. My knee started bugging me again on the way down again. We had some great green views with a lot, just really, really pretty valleys in that. We have decided that there are different paths that we have. We have our flat path, which is a nice smooth dirt, flat, we call it the sidewalk. The next path has more leaves, some rocks in it, smaller rocks. It's still easy to walk on, but you kind of need to watch where you're walking. We call that the gutter, because the gutter, it's kind of dirty and that. And then you have the rock scrambles. So today was a lot of sidewalk and gutters. We did have some stream crossings that were nice, and those were usually, a little boulder hopping from rock to rock, so you don't get the shoes wet. But we had some great streams that we went through. It was just a really good hike, and I think we knocked out the mileage that we needed to. And we didn't really rush this morning getting out. We got out about 8:15, so it wasn't bad. We are at a hostel tonight, taking a 0 tomorrow. The hostel is Gooder Grove Hiker Hostel. The owner is Zen. He's a pretty cool guy. We got a private room. There's a set of bunks right here. So there's a set of bunks here. There's a set there. Nancy's on that one, and then I'm on a queen bed. And we really wanted to get in so then we could watch Survivor finale, and we were able to do that. The Wi-Fi here is tops. It's really, really good Wi-Fi, and we were able to watch the whole finale on my cell phone. So that was fun. Zen's been really good about taking us around to get things. I hate to bother him tomorrow, so we'll probably take the little transit bus that goes around town and do our resupply. I am going into Outdoor 76 to figure out my inserts. I think one insert is too high on my right side, so my feet are rubbing to get those blisters. So gonna check that out, get some toe socks, so then I don't get blisters, and a sleeping bag, and some Dirty Girl gaiters to keep the crap from getting into my shoes. Every night I take my shoes off, and there's all these wood chips and everything like that. So that's kind of on my list, and maybe a rain jacket, because the one that I have is really, really bulky, and I need to take weight off to relieve it off my knees. So I did talk to the physical therapist, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Thanks, Bobby, for taking my call. told me how to tape my knees. So I'm going to watch a little video on how to do that tonight and get my knee taped up and see how that does next couple of days. So tomorrow is a 0 day with some resupplying and hitting the outdoor outfitters. And then we are thinking about maybe staying another night here. So we'll stay tomorrow night after the 0, and then we may slack pack up Siller and Wyabald, and then come back here, and then he'll drop us back up there, because they're kind of some larger hikes and larger hills. There's serious climbs up there, and that will take the stress off of the knees and the blisters that we're dealing with. So there you go, day 11, check.
So we are in Franklin doing a resupply, hitting the outdoor store. This is their cute little main street. It's a one-way road. We're waiting for the shuttle bus, the hiker shuttle bus, to take us down to the Walmart area so we can get some food. But got me a new sleeping bag, so it should be really good, but it's super, super cute. Fun little trail town. Been hit pretty hard by not having the hikers here.